You guys absolutely love this car. This is my 1983 Chevy Camaro Z28. And it seems like hourly, every single day, I get notifications of people commenting on this car. So let me show you around it a little bit. But first, a little history. So for years, I was obsessed with third-gen Camaros. I just loved the way they looked. I liked the idea of having a T-top car, V8 rumble, 5-speed, all that seemed absolutely fantastic. So needless to say, when I turned 16, I immediately started looking. And most of them were out of my price range, and the rest of them were just kind of beat. And as time went on, I started to see the prices go higher and higher and higher. When I first started looking for one of these, one in decent condition will go for like $3,000 or $4,000, and now that $3,000 or $4,000 car is probably about $12,000 to $15,000. Ideally, I would have wanted like a 91 or a 92 blue RS or a Z28 5-speed T-top car with a 305. But realistically, I would have took anything, even a base 2.8 liter automatic car. I was that desperate. I just wanted a car that was rot-free, so later on down the line, when I came upon some money, I could build it. Fast forward 7 years, and I happened upon this thing in a used car lot. I looked over to my girl, and I told her, if this is a T-top 5-speed car, I'm buying it regardless of how much it is. I walked over to it, T-tops, and 5-speed car. I called the dealership the next day, asked them how much they wanted for it, if it was available, blah, 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 blah. I was honestly expecting them to say a number between $7,000 and $12,000. No, $5,000. And this car only had 31,000 miles, and I found out this thing has been sitting in a garage for the past 20 years. Previous owner was a Vietnam vet, just passed away about a year and a half before I bought it. And this just happened to be the last thing to go before they got rid of his house. Anyways, currently this is my summer daily driver. I've put about 15,000 miles on it since I bought it. And exterior wise, it's not in the best shape. I mean, it has a couple dings, couple dents. Ignore all the waves in the door. This car sat in a barn for basically 20 years. So obviously all the rubber has to be replaced. It was also a dog bed for the majority of that time. Like, look at the seat. But overall, this car's in really good shape. The dash isn't too cracked. Carpets are in good shape overall. There's no floor rot there yet. I've installed these cup holders, which are a game changer with this car. Put a different cheap aftermarket radio in it, replaced all the speakers. Typical stuff. But when it comes to the engine, that's where stuff is going to change very soon. At the moment, it still has the stock LG4, which is a 140 horsepower, 305 cubic inch small block Chevy. As you can see, it has an Edelbrock AVS2 on it. That's because the original Quadrajet took, well, a crap. Also, I did a smog delete. That's where these caps come in on the exhaust. And as you can see, the smog pump is completely gone. But the number one modification I've done to this car so far is a catalytic converter delete. The original one was clogged. It was starting to crack and create a whole bunch of exhaust leaks. So I just ended up getting rid of it. And it woke up the car. It now has a much louder exhaust. Maybe not in a good way. It kind of sounds like a truck. Yeah, I should probably fix that. Another kind of downside of this car is, well, the brakes and the tire situation. It still has the original 15s, and it still has the original 10-inch rotors in the front and drums in the rear. As a daily driver, this thing is great. It has enough horsepower to spin the tires at stoplights. It has enough braking force to, well, stop you when you go off an on-ramp, and not much more. So now we're going to talk about what I'm going to do to go ahead and update and fix this car. First thing is, well, someone cracked the hood. This is a fiberglass hood, and yeah, strut froze up. Someone tried to close it and they cracked it in half. Then we also have a couple chips and dings in the front end that I'd like to get fixed at some point. And also this door I think has been repainted at one point because there's a couple little bubbles of rust coming through where I think it was prepped and not prepped correctly. Also, it's got that ugly door ding. Now when you look up front, you can see the aftermarket headlights I put in. These are absolutely great, but some of you third gen guys might notice something. These fog lights aren't factory. Only 85 and up got fog lights. This being an 83, these are from Harbor Freight. Those were originally for the Mustang, but when the Mustang motor took a crap, well, these got set aside. And yeah, now they're on this car. But when I went to throw them in, something very subtle that not a lot of people noticed, not even me, that grill's missing. It's supposed to look like that. It's completely gone. But I don't plan on just restoring this thing. I plan on going a little bit nuts too. Now when it comes to the brakes, it needs a massive upgrade. I know Willwood, Speedway, and Stainless Steel Brake Company make a set of replacement calipers for these cars, but they're only 20 or 30% more powerful than the stock ones. And I've had this car up to 100. Anyways, those calipers are probably not going to be enough. So most likely, I'm going to go ahead with some LS1 calipers, maybe go a little nuts and get CTSV or the Willwood kit for this car, and also swap over the rears to discs. Also, this car is going to be getting a whole lot of suspension upgrades, including a Wonder Bar, an aftermarket torque arm, panhard bar, maybe lower control arms, shocks, springs, etc., etc. And to help out with the handling even more and to clear the new brakes, I do plan on putting some 18-inch IROCs on this car, or possibly some Kanze KNP wheels that I feel would fit this car pretty well. Now yes, I know it's kind of a Japanese wheel, but I mean, it's angular, I think it would fit the car okay. But then it's still a 160, maybe 170 horsepower car. So what am I going to do to fix that? That is a 350. This is a little 2-barrel motor that's rated for like 140 horsepower out of an early 70s Chevy of some sort. Could be a truck, could be a car, I don't know. But at this point, the plan is to go ahead, see what we've got, see what needs to be rebuilt, and if I could do it on a budget, slap a 4-barrel intake on it, go through the bottom end, and probably just send it. Now there's a good chance if these are the tiny valve heads, like 1.74 valve head, I'm probably going to go with a set of Vortex or possibly throw a set of Jeg aluminum heads on this thing. The goal is about 300 horsepower at a minimum. That would go great in the Camaro. But if we could reach something around 400 to 450, that would be absolutely fantastic. That also means that this little T5 is going to be in a lot of trouble. 300 horsepower is already a lot to go through one of these. 400 to 450, I'm going to have to baby this thing and really be careful. So long term, I do plan on putting a T56 in this car eventually if I could find one at a good price. Now I know a lot of you LS fanboys are going to be upset at the fact that I'm not putting an LS motor in this. But here's the thing, I am not 100% anti-LS either. Eventually, if I need more horsepower down the road, I would be willing to go ahead and throw an LS motor in this car if I could make 500 or 600 horsepower naturally aspirated. I think that would be great in this car once it is 100%. But as the car sits right now, there's no way in hell I'm going to throw an LS in it, so stop commenting, throw an LS in it. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Maybe you guys will stop saying, hey, nice Camaro, because it's not that nice, at least in my opinion. But yeah, now that we got a 350 to build, we can finally break that down, see what we got, and see what I need to do to make it right. And also, we're finally kind of getting there when it comes to the Mustang project. I have the engine completely torn down at work, and it needs more than I expected, but we're getting there fairly soon. Anyways, if you want to see more of this pile of crap and that pile of crap, please make sure to like, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will see you in the next video.